Welcome to part 3 of Grand Theft Auto 5, and in this episode we're going to be going across the street to talk to Tanya. Now, the thing about strangers and freaks, there's a set number of strangers and freaks you need to do. You don't have to do them all, but there's a set number of them. There's some that only Franklin can do, there's some that only Trevor can do, and there's some that only Michael can do. Or there's some that actually all three can do. But the strangers and freaks, if you complete a certain amount of them, I forgot the number, I'll probably pull it up later, and then all of a sudden, strangers and freaks will be completed for 100%. And for a limited amount of time, Tanya didn't show up there for a second there because I just went in and saved, and unfortunately her icon didn't show up. But now she has, so let's go and talk to her.
Hey, boo!
What the fuck is wrong with you, Tanya?
Ain't nothing wrong with me, nigga. Shit.
Well, your ass don't look too good. Where the fuck is J.B?
Smoking.
And what about you?
I mean, I quit. You know what I'm saying? Almost.
Yeah, whatever.
J.B., look, J.B. gonna lose everything. He gonna lose the house, you know what I'm saying, the business, everything, and you his cousin, nigga. You said you was gonna help.
He ain't my cousin.
Whatever, if that's how you feel.
What the fuck do I know about towing cars?
Look, it's easy. If J.B. can do it, you can do it, for fuck's sake. Come on, I'ma show you. Come on, shit.
All right, then. Shit.
Showing everything.
To introduce us to strangers and freaks,
Hey, look, let's make this quick.
by doing these missions and also random missions, you'll end up getting yourself some really good stuff. In the case of Tanya, after doing a couple of missions with her, eventually you'll be able to have the ability to buy the towing company. But that won't be till way late in the game when you have enough money. Because buying property here, which you can do unlike in Grand Theft Auto 4, is really freaking expensive. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. There is a way to get a lot of money real fast, but that won't come up until later on in the game. But for now, we'll be talking about the strangers and freaks. The strangers and freaks, right now Tanya's having you to go to the tow truck company and tow cars, but you'll be doing some crazier things, like helping the paparazzi. And for the record, this playthrough is going to be uncensored. I'll be probably biting a lot of bullets here, and I really don't care about monetization because of the fact that I don't have it anyway. So it's going to be full on uncensored. And trust me folks, this game deserves its M rating. But for the time being, we're going to be towing a car, and that's all we're going to be doing today. The problem with the tow truck is the fact that the same button to steer the tow truck is also the same button to drop the crane. So with that said, there'll be times when you're trying to drive when in fact you actually lowered or raised the crane and accidentally dropped the car. So bear that in mind, because sometimes when you hit the brakes, it'll make like the tow truck made to a complete stop. So I'm just giving you a word of warning whenever you're doing these tow truck missions. But it will be a source of income later on. You'll be doing some tow jobs if you buy the tow truck company, and that salary will come on a daily basis. And the more money you have, the better it is for you. Trust me, things are expensive in this game, but you'll come across a lot of money. Remember those robberies I'm talking about? By God, those robberies will help you, and there's other ways to make that money that you end up getting from robberies multiply. But for the time being, I'll worry about that when that comes, because I'll have a lot to say about missions like that. Right now, the only thing you're going to be worried about is towing this car. Now, I will warn you, there will be some towing missions that have time limits. This one is not one of them. And I don't want to accidentally not hook the car and accidentally miss it. But there are going to be some towing missions that have 2 time limits, actually. Nope, scratch that, 3. One of which
I've
you're
been
gonna have to
trying
save a
branch
car
out.
from a train.
Can't stay in Chamberlain Hills forever.
The other, you have to go to a certain area before the person drives
And I
off.
remember you
And the
and JB
third one,
before
I
y'all was
do
dope
believe
heads.
you have to
Shit
get to the
changed.
get the driver to the repair shop before the car explodes. Yeah, that's
For
the
real.
thing that you gotta
'Cause I
understand
could've
when I
sworn it was
say
me out here towing
that
cars for him.
the the left trigger, the left analog stick being the same button used for the tow line is kind of a dumb idea. They could have put that on the right analog stick. That's what that's for, but it's still a dumb idea to put it on the left analog stick because there's a good chance you may drop the car. And on the exploding one, that happened to me before. I accidentally dropped the car and it exploded. Speaking of drop the car, you gotta drop the car on the tow line. And that's it. The tow zone right here. And that's gonna get you a gold if you manage to do this fast and put it in the drop zone. And once you put it in the drop zone, you'll also get more money. Other than that, that will take care of the very first Strangers and Freaks mission. Eventually, I'll end up getting more of them. But for right now, I am going to go and show off the barber shop. Could you excuse me 1 second? Now, the reason why I want to show off the barber shop, sorry about that, I had an asthma attack and I had to get myself some medication. I felt it coming on, really. But anyway, the reason why I wanted to go to the barber shop because it's something that you could do with all three characters. Michael, Trevor, and Franklin will have different hairstyles, although Franklin will have more hairstyles to choose from than Michael and Trevor. Also, a little word of warning that I need to bring up. If you bring Michael or Trevor anywhere down to Chamberlain Heights, they're going to be jumped for no apparent reason. Anyone who you talk to that happen to be black in Chamberlain Heights, they will purposely try to jump them, or they will try to pull out guns and kill them if you retaliate. Yeah, so if you really want to be bold, stay as far away from Chamberlain Heights as humanly possible. And speaking of which, the Chamberlain Heights gang tends to comment on Franklin's hairstyle if he changes it. Whether it's Lamar or Stretch, who we will meet later on in the game. By the way, Stretch used to be a homie of Franklin's, but he ended up being nothing but trouble. Oh, by the way, I was talking about random people earlier. There are random people you need to meet that will give you some good stuff. And here's one particular random person that we happen to run into. It's Packie. You all remember Packie. He had probably one of the best missions in Grand Theft Auto 4, the bank robbery. Take a wild guess of where he's gonna be if we happen to rescue him. That's right. So, if you happen to run into Packie, by all means, rescue him immediately. There's going to be other crew members that'll be random people that you want to rescue as well, or you want to run into. I mean, you can recruit them if you want, but you have to rescue them in order for them to be recruitable in the first place. And then there's some that will end up being given to you by default, courtesy of the actions you take in the main oh shit, I almost got hit. Oh wait, actually I almost got caught there. Hold on, let's move, let's run, let's run. These cops are starting to get too aggressive here. Seriously, the cops can be a pain in the ass in this game. And they can certainly affect your missions if you're not actually wary of your surroundings. So let's put it to you like this. If you find yourself a hot spot that you could get away from the cops, or a cooldown spot, or at least you could stop and hide away for a little while, so that the cops will not know where you are or who you are, it's all well and... Oh god damn it, I almost lost them! And then all of a sudden they found me again. Now see, here's the thing, if this chase persists, the wanted meter will go up too. But as I was saying, finding these Oh god, I got a busted wheel too. Get out of the way! But anyway, as I was saying, finding the random people will not only give you crew members for heist, but I think there's one particular random person, and this one you might want to get. I think he'll show up later on in the game. You want to help this man get to the airport. He'll probably show up way later on in the game, but if you do, depending on who you get, he will actually help you out in stocks. And I'll talk more about stocks when they are revealed, but stocks are probably going to be the way that you're going to get rich. And one of the stocks he gives you is by far the best stock in the game that will quadruple whatever money you have by the end of the game. So yeah, pick up random people.
Kid's all right.
I mean, they are a part of running 100%, but at the same time, you may end up getting yourself a lot of money or things that you don't normally get for the missions. There's a lot of things you could do. However, my only big gripe with Grand Theft Auto 5 is the fact that they don't go anywhere past Los Santos. You go out to the Badlands and that's it. I mean, you don't even go to Los Venturas or San Fierro. That was a wasted opportunity, though. I mean, if you want to cover all of San Andreas, cover all of San Andreas, not just Los Santos. Jesus Christ. But, with that said, folks, let's just drive our friends out to safety, because trust me, we're gonna need them. And Packie will actually mention something about Nico. For the record, folks, Nico actually took up a job in Roman's taxi service after Kate died.
Your share,
so on that note, Packie McCreary is now available as a crew member. Oh, and Nico will also be hinted upon and actually mentioned again later on in the game, so there's that too. So without further ado, let's go over to the barbershop now that we've gotten ourselves... actually, no, let's go to a Los Santos Customs because my car is torn the fuck up, and then we'll go to the barbershop. And wouldn't you know it, we're right down the street from one. Fantastic! Folks, Los Santos Customs will be the best place for you to fix up your car if you happen to get into a police scuffle. Now, if you haven't gotten into a police scuffle, you still want to go to Los Santos Customs if you happen to wreck your car, so long as it's not wrecked to the point of being destroyed. Then the car will end up being respawned back to your, well, your trademark car will be respawned back to your garage. Any other car will just be destroyed. And I think Lamar just gave me a text message about giving myself a new haircut and also fixing my appearance. So that way I'll end up looking sharp, or at least part of the gang. Because you see, the thing is, again, for right now, Franklin is still rolling with the Chamberlain families. But the problem is, he wants to try to get away from the gang so he can make something better out of himself to impress Tynesha. And there's a problem with that. Tynesha ends up running away with some married man. Oh, actually, no, running away with some doctor. So no matter what he does, it's not going to impress her. By the way, in Los Santos Customs, you can not only customize the way your car looks, but also the rims. And you can also customize the color of the car. Hell, you can even customize the horn itself. However, you're going to probably have to wait till like later missions have been completed in order to unlock more stuff to customize in Los Santos Customs. Oh, and spoiler alert, Franklin will also gain a 10% discount from purchasing the Los Santos Customs, I do believe. Yeah, Franklin's the one that does that. But Michael and Trevor will have to pay. There's like a lot of differences between Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. But for the time being, Franklin can go anywhere in town and not get hassled. And as I mentioned before, Michael and Trevor, well, they will get hassled if they go anywhere in the ghetto. Well, let me rephrase that. They could go almost anywhere. Franklin could go almost anywhere without getting hassled. There is one particular place that Franklin can't go without getting into any trouble. And that's Grove Street. Yeah, that's right. Grove Street. The one place you expect Green to actually go to and not get blasted upon is overran by Ballers. Yeah, that's right. Thanks to Balgrin in Grand Theft Auto 4 The Ballad of Gay Tony, he killed off CJ and the Grove Street families. Therefore, the Ballers has literally assumed control of Grove Street, and now it's a hellhole. CJ's house is now owned by a baller. So, yeah, everything we done in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was for nothing thanks to smoking the goddamn Russians. So with that said, we're here at the barbershop. And with that said, stay away from Grove Street if you know what's good for you. And here at the barbershop, we're going to have to get ourselves a new haircut. And I think Franklin has the most expensive haircuts in the game. Whereas Trevor and Michael have cheaper haircuts. Or is it because of the fact that they'll have more money than Franklin? Whatever the case, Franklin do have some expensive haircuts. And let me just show you all off. We'll show them all off. I mean, look at them. They're really expensive. Well, not really. They're all like $400-500. That one is like $1,000. The afro, and I think one of them is for free. Wait, no, the afro's for free. Never mind.
This is some of my best work yet.
Oh wait, no, I take it back. Franklin's the one that actually has the cheaper haircuts, where everybody else has the more expensive ones. And not only that, for the first time, you could actually get facial hair without it being a combo. Remember, folks, at Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the haircuts were a combo, along with the mustaches and goatees. So, I'm going to have Franklin look like Carmelo Anthony for right now. I mean, he kind of looks the part anyway, so... With that said, I think I'll take this and just roll with it. And again, no matter how much you spend on haircuts, by the way, that's not really an achievement, but actually going to the barber shop is an achievement. But no matter how much you spend on haircuts, if you just get one haircut, you'll actually get an achievement, depending on if you go through with all three, I think. But nonetheless, folks, I do believe we're done here. We got our haircut, and now we're going to have to go back home. Because unfortunately, in the next episode, we're going to have ourselves, well, one last job to do. Actually, no, I think we've got 2 more jobs to do. And then we have to deal with the last Simeon mission. But right now, I think we're going to end it here. See you guys next time as I continue more on Grand Theft Auto 5. Peace out.